Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. I'm your intrepid host, Mr. David Null, also known as Hawkeye Two Feathers, my Native American shaman name. I greet you with honor, blessings, and respect and reverence that every single human on this planet, every single being in the universe deserves. Now, the title of this particular little video here, and well, I'm not quite. I'm at a loss of words, which is difficult for me sometimes. And the reluctance and the doubt and the reassurance. What does that mean? Well, recently in the last few days, this last week, this being September the it's the night of September the 20th. So I'm going to say it's September the 20th because my brain's still on the 20th. It's stuck on Thursday, 2018, by the way. And after doing a couple of videos, and I've written a lot of stuff down, a lot of it has been automatic writing. And I have meditated and prayed upon this. And I realized that it's like, I'm being asked to speak on things. And it's going to, in my point of view, it's going to seem like, I'm the know-it-all. And that, oh, well, you better listen to what Hawkeye says, or, you're not going to, and it isn't about that at all. And so I have reluctance in what I speak. Now, I feel in my heart that it is the truth. And so, but my reluctance is that, yeah, but what are people going to think about what I speak about? And so I put myself in the situation. Well, what if I never met Dave? What if I never met Hawkeye? This guy's just doing some kind of video. He's talking about transition. Now, if you listen to what I said, it really all does kind of make some simple, perfect sense. And that's supposed to be my job in this thing, if you will. And I do accept it with reluctance, okay? And it seems very important to me, not necessarily to my spirit guides. This is important for me to convey to other people. I have a hard time coming on camera and discussing some of these things because it's like, this has been my journey. This has been what I've learned. This is who I am. And I'm being asked to share some of the most intimate things of my spirit, of my soul, of cosmic things, UFOs, weird stuff. And although I believe what I speak 100%, otherwise I wouldn't speak it, I do so with reluctance. Because a lot of people do it because they seek some type of infamy, if you will. Okay? It's not a notoriety, I don't do this for clickbaits. I do this because it's what I'm asked to do. And I know that's a big deal for people to swallow. I mean, I get it. But there's so much going on right now. And there are so many frivolous things, if you will, that are going on. People are being derailed from where they need to put their focus. And I'm being told through my contacts and through my automatic writing, and if you've listened to any of my videos, I'm not trying to put any blame on anyone, or I'm not trying to rag anybody except maybe the Catholics and priests, but and how many times they've changed the Bible, and they're trying to make people believe that, that it's the word of God when man has changed it several times. So it's like, I want people, if you're going to believe in a religion, then read the original text, you know? If you're going to believe in a certain thing, then go way back, and read the real stuff, not what they're trying to feed you now, And if you need religion, okie dokie, if it will help you to be spiritual. And I keep talking about the spiritual, and it's like, I know there are folks out there that are like, Hawkeye, who the F do you think you are? Who made you God? You know? Who says you've had automatic writings? Well, big deal. Anybody could write down a bunch of crap in a book and turn on a YouTube video and go, oh, well, this is what I'm being told by the Galactics. You should believe me. So even though I believe what I've written down, and I've meditated, I don't just, well, there are some times when I'm being prompted, but there may be 2 or 3 days or maybe weeks or months that I've had discussion in my head, or I've philosophically looked at a particular subject, and that I'm asked to speak on it without notes. But that it doesn't mean that I'm not versed on the subject. But I may be pushed by my guardian angels to say, Dave, we want you to speak about this now. This is important. Put this out to the universe. And so in my faith, in my belief, I do as I'm asked. And there are times when I shake my head and go, you really want me to talk about this? Are you sure? Who in the hell's even going to pay attention to me? Who gives two squats about what Uncle Dave might think? What Hawkeye has to say? Why should I believe this crazy SOB? I've seen some of his other videos, and he's about as wound as tight as as a limp string. Come on. So I do this with reluctance. Reluctance in that I don't have doubt in my faith. I have doubt in that, am I getting the message across? I'm doing what they're asking, the higher spirits, my guardian angels, my spirit guides. And I was supposed to do another couple of subjects. And I just had to stop and go, hang on, y'all. To my higher beings and self, hang on, y'all. I got like 8 more lesson plan kind of things laid out here. You've given me the topics. You've given me enough information to where I don't have to write out paragraphs and paragraphs of things. But you're asking me to go continue to pour out my soul with folk and to, I guess, help them to understand what's going on at the same time. But at the same time, there's a lot of, hey, like, I hope you believe what I'm trying to tell you here, because this stuff is happening. So I'm reluctant to do that, because it's like, I want you to understand how important it is for your soul, for everyone's soul, for the planet. And I think, yeah, well, in trying to convince you that this is important, but aren't I trying to get you to believe me then? Who the hell am I? I'm just a spokesperson, If I'm asking you to say, well, at least contemplate what Hawkeye has to say here. Could this be part of reality? Could this be whatever? And in so many, in big essence, I'm asking you to believe my crazy ass. Now, as I've stated in other videos, I have pictures of orbs. I've talked about orbs. An orb came across on the live screen. There's a video on that. But at the same point, they're giving me evidence to show you. But in my own personal life here, I look at this stuff and I go, I know I understand this. I know I believe this cosmic thing, but you're asking me to do some crazy shit here to talk about this. And I do so with reluctance. Am I scared? Not really. I've been in dangerous situations. Do I feel like I'm giving the wrong message to people? I keep my fingers crossed and pray and hope that, oh God, no, I hope I'm not giving the wrong impression. That's the purpose of this video. I'm having doubts about myself. Am I the right person to give this message? What in the hell did you pick me for? I know I was called upon at an early age, and I don't want to go crying in my beer or anything like that. But I just sit here and I think to myself, y'all have given me a really big task here. Y'all are asking me to discuss things that I try to make them as simple as possible because that's supposed to be, I say it's my job, but you get what I mean. It's my calling. It's what I'm supposed to be doing here. Is try to show that it's not as hard as people want to make it out, and that there are things we really need to be focusing on right now, other than this superfluous stuff that catches our attention, that steals our energy, that keeps us away from the focus that we should be focusing on. And I look up at the sky and go, you picked me? That's my doubt. And in this little since yesterday till today kind of thing, in my wanderings and musings and meditations and prayers, and lots of prayers this last 24 hours, y'all, I just can't explain it, okay? Brings tears to my eyes. I'm holding them back because I don't feel special. I'm just an old guy that has these ideas and things that I've studied, and that I get these dreams and visions of things that I'm supposed to share with you. And yeah, I'm just a human being. And yesterday was my pop's birthday, September 19th. And I've been reflecting on him, and it has made me a little weepy. It's been almost 18 years since his death. But 18 years ago, his last birthday was in the hospital before they performed open heart surgery on him for like 14 hours. He died 3 times on the table. He stayed in a coma for months and then died on the day after Thanksgiving of 1999. And I've been reflecting on what I was adopted by my uncle. Okay. My real father, that's another story. But my mother had me out of wedlock. Younger sister, older brother stepped in and adopted me. Stepped in a few months later, actually, and adopted my sister Lynn. And so I'm the eldest of like 9 kids. And my sister Lynn, my my next oldest brother, we only have one parent. We don't have any true brothers and sisters. And I have a lot of half brothers and sisters, but and I love them all. They love me, and I miss them. But when I think about my life, I just stop and think, why are they giving me this message to try to send to you all? Why me, Lord? What have I ever done to deserve even one? It's an old song, old gospel song, right? So it's like, okay, so with reluctance, I bring you this. in that, I don't know, maybe I don't feel holy enough. Maybe I don't feel worthy enough. I'm sad because yesterday was my pops' birthday and I miss him after 18 years. And I think to myself, but what that man did to save me. He adopted me. In his later years, so many things happened. And I mean, I was a drug addict and an alcoholic. I spent time in prison. You know, some of these folk had reason to give up on my ass. And no matter what, Pop stuck with me, even when I was in jail, when I got out of jail. But he knew I tried to stay out of jail. He knew I changed my life. He knew I was trying to make a difference in my own self and in my own world and being and so forth. And in that, I tried to make him proud. I think I did, because at the end, he didn't tell any of the other brothers and sisters, but he told me to unplug him because I was the eldest. And a week later, when he told me what he said, when he was actually awake and speaking, and we thought he was going to recover, he only recovered long enough to have conversation with a few of us. But he told me, the eldest, you're going to have to unplug me. And a week later, we did. The day after Thanksgiving. Tough day that was. But I saw the angels with him above the bed just before we pulled the plug. And even the folks in the room, I said, can't you see the angels here in the room with Pops? And they were like, shh, we're going to have prayer. And I was like, he's already out of his body, y'all. This is really going to be a lot easier. But with reluctance, because we didn't want to let him go, we didn't believe that he was actually dead after he had recovered, so many different things. The doubt whether or not, well, what if we keep him plugged in a little longer? Will he, and then there's the faith part of it. You have to have faith that what is being shown to you and what the doubt that is given to you, that you have faith that the angels and the spirits have your back on these things. So this little video, maybe it's my own self-pity. Maybe I'm having a pity party here. But I find it that what I'm looking at is like, I have to stay focused on things too. I get these messages and downloads and automatic writings, and I know it's for the betterment of other folks, people who are struggling. And I get that, I do. But I still have to ask. I still ask the universe, why me, Lord? What y'all pick my ass for? I mean, like 54 years ago, I knew about this. And during my meditation in the last 24 hours, it's been some severe stuff here, I tell you. I realized that I wanted to ask folks to send a birthday wish to my pops on the 19th. It didn't work out that way. And I thought, well, that's kind of weird. Asking folks to say a prayer for your dead pops after 18 years. And I'm trying to bring folks into the now and into the present and focus on future things. And so I thought to myself, my birthday's coming up. And I don't want anybody to make a big deal out of it. I really don't. I'll be 66. I joke about it and I bring it up. It's because it's an anniversary to me. I look at it, go, oh my God, I freaking made it another year. I can't believe this mess. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I want folks to shower me with gifts or well wishes or anything like that. And because what I got instead of that was, what I want for my birthday? I want people to go out and do something for a stranger. do a random act of kindness. I don't want them to tell me about it. I don't want anybody to say, well, I went out and did this for you for your, I want no recognition out of this deal. So if someone wanted to give me a birthday present, it would be a silent one. It would be a smile in their head to me. But what they would physically do, because I can't get out like I used to, I would want other people to go do a random act of kindness. Not in my name, not for me, but as a gift of themselves to a stranger. Or maybe not so stranger, just maybe it's a family member. It's okay. But if I was to have my wish of all the people on my Facebook page, of all the people that I know, of all the people that just come in and chat or whatever, if you were to give me what I wanted for my birthday, it would be zero recognition, but for everybody to do a random act of kindness for somebody else. you know, I mean, it's like, well, but if I do this for Dave, then I'm going to have to think about it. So in a certain way, I'm going to kind of know in a way. So it's a little ridiculous to say, hey, don't think of me when you do this, but you're not going to do it for me because I want you to do it for the other person. That's the point. It's like, well, what could I get him for his birthday? Go do something nice for somebody. Just go out the frickin' way. If you got $100 you can give to somebody, go give it to them. If you got a nickel, that's okay too. But to the point, go do something for somebody. And then because I was thinking, how could I honor my father, my pops, my uncle who adopted me from God knows what? It wasn't good. I mean, I had no shoes. They had bundled my feet in newspaper. I had socks for mittens in the cold snow in Dayton, Ohio in 1955? I was adopted in 56 in January. I spent a really cold month. That may be the reason why I don't like cold weather too much. Me and my mother damn near froze to death that year. And my father, my pops, my uncle actually adopted me and took me out of the cold and gave me a life. Gave me inspiration to be here now, if you will. And so yesterday, it was his birthday, I tried to get on and do another video in his honor, and all I could do was cry. And I was thinking, well, it's too late for me to ask for his birthday. So, but for my birthday, actually, it would be in his honor because I messed up yesterday. If you can't give something to someone else, send a prayer. Send a prayer to someone you know. Send good thoughts, But what I want in return is just the love you send out. Isn't that weird? That's my reluctance in this world. Am I worth it? See, in my own little craziness in my own head, I realize that you think I'm worth a prayer. You think I'm worth a positive thought. In my world, I'm okay. Instead of you sending me a prayer, send it to somebody who really freaking needs it. I'm already blessed. And I feel the blessings. I feel the love. I haven't had a real hug in a while, physically. But I've had so many cosmic hugs. When I think I live by myself and I'm a hermit down here, nobody ever comes to visit. Family don't give a shit. I get phone calls from strangers that I'll just talk to just for the hell of it because I had nobody calls me. I'm not bitching. This is my life. This is what's been foretold of me, and I'm living it. My point to this is there are other people like me. Call them. Make their day. because I'm okay with it. I feel the love of the cosmos, of the universe. It makes me reluctant at times to open my big mouth and say anything to anyone. Do a YouTube video? Are you kidding? To talk about my doubt? It's my own self worth. Am I worth this shit? Am I worth a prayer from any of you? And in my world, in my little crazy head, I go, don't pray for me, pray for somebody who really needs it. And if you were to look at my world, there would be people say, Hawkeye could use a few prayers of his own. But I don't look at it that way. I'm so thankful for the little things that I have that I can't ask for more. I'm already getting it. So if someone wants to give me a present, give it to someone else, maybe in my honor or just a smile sent my way. That's all I want. And I don't really want that. But I mean, I'm just saying, if somebody was like, well, birthday, I'm saying if somebody wanted to make a big deal out of it, it seems like I'm making a big deal out of it. I am humbled so much for the ability to be able to speak to people, for the spirits to give me courage to stay on this damn video right now when all I want to do is just say, man, this is just too much. I got to get out of here. They give me the courage to continue speaking. So this little video, I'm not going to drag it on. I'm going to go get some more coffee and then I'm going to do a subject. But I had to do this separate video that's not attached to anything else, that simply states my point of view, where I'm coming at from this thing. Because it's really hard for me to turn on the camera and say, okay, spirits have been talking to me again today. Here's this thing about transition. Everybody else is talking about ascension and the rapture. Old Dave's talking about transition here. I'm talking about the earth and earth magic and Gaia and spaceships and orbs and etheric things. And oh my God, am I crazy, some bitch? And I've been asked to do these little classes. And this video is to say that I do so with so much humility. I don't feel qualified. I mean, all the study I've done, why me? Why me? It's my pity party, and I can cry if I want to, But this is not in sadness, it's in gladness. Been holding a lot of emotion in because what has been shown to me in some ways is pretty damn nasty, because folks are going to fight and they're going to be pitching a bitch about some of this stuff. But you got to look at the big picture. You got to look at the long game. Okay, it's 3rd and long, but you got the ball and they just put in a new safety and a new tailback or a linebacker. And so now they're going to change the play at the line of scrimmage, and that 3rd and long now becomes, they're 3 yards from the goal line. A lot of tough yardage. Okay, I'm using a football euphemism. It's the only thing that came to mind. But we have to look at what's going on with this now in the big picture. And I've been through this through the long haul. 55 years I've known that this was coming. And so, yeah, it has taxed me to know now that you're giving me a lesson plan. I say they're making me. I mean, I could put the pen down, but they kicked me in the shin so bad I'd have to pick the pen back up. But you're giving me lesson plans to tell folks how to do this. And you expect these folks to listen to my crazy ass? Okay. So now I have to have faith in myself. Yeah, okay, I'm a little whiny, sniveling, whatever right now. But I bring what I bring to you with all the humility. It just is so full right now of how humble I feel that they've asked me to write it, have given me the information, have showed me the visions, have given me these things, and have given me uh, physical things like orb pictures and so forth and other things to have proof of that. Okay, I may be crazy, but I do have a little bit of proof of what I'm talking about. So it's like I just had to do this and say, I love you all with all my heart. Any and all of you who listen to this, I'm sending this, my voice, out to the universe. I thank you for all of the prayers, all of the healing, all of the knowledge, all of the lifting of the veil. I accept and receive all this knowledge and healing from the universe, and I thank you. I thank you. Now I'm going to put my glasses on and I'm going to read the chat before I shut down. I had to get this off my chest. Don't know if it made sense, and I'm not looking for accolades. I just, in the great scheme of things, I just got a little heavy the last 24 hours and a little unsure of myself and just human stuff, if you will, I guess. That happened to my uncle Roosevelt. He was brain dead 12 days. They unplugged him and he woke up. Hi, Tinfoil, Rick Delaney, Marie, howdy, howdy. I got a question for you, Marie. Um, he read the Bible 3 days to the family. Then he said, time to go now. Then he fell asleep peacefully. You know, stuff like that happens. Now, my pop wasn't able to speak very well because of all he was in a coma for almost 4 months. And all of a sudden he woke up one day. But he brought a lot of the family back together. And I just, you know, it overwhelmed me the last 24 hours just thinking about my pops and that kind of stuff, you know. You don't want to hear about it, Jack. Nah, we're hanging tough like sitting ducks. He was brain dead 12 days. Yep. Even reading the Bible after being brain dead, that miracle is impossible. The thing is that when they say brain dead, there's activity. And until that silver cord is cut, severed, or released, basically, when your spirit decides to release itself from the physical body and that silver cord is severed, cut, uh, disattached, unattached, whatever, there you go. That's what it is. Dang, yeah, I've never been a phone guy. In fact, I've avoided it a lot, quite reflectively, if not instinctively. Indeed, you don't have to get some thoughts till you've had enough years to complete one thought, I bet. I mean, I think I'll need another 100 or more. There's a lot of information that has come in that I realized that in my early shaman days, I was given some uh, visions, things to see, things that I saw that you look at it and you go, I don't get that. I see it, but I don't get it. And then all of a sudden, 20, 30 years later, you hear something, see something, have a dream that all of a sudden that thing you saw in a vision 30 years ago goes, here I am, dum, da, da, da. And you go, oh my goodness, you know, that's weird. I cried a lot in my videos, too bad. Yeah, these are joyful tears. Um, Yep, there are a lot of folks that have, yeah, old songs carry new messages every day. Absolutely. Well, it's not so much the song itself, but it'll just be a word and it'll bring back an entire memory. And what's interesting is that when I had these visions, they were during ceremonies. They were during shamanic ceremonies or Vision Quest, or however you want to put it. And there was no music involved. There was nothing that would have attached itself because I was in the woods or usually out in nature when I've had any of these types of visions. So there was never any kind of music that would like attach itself to the memory. So the fact that I could hear a song or maybe see a picture of something having nothing to do with the vision thing that I saw just comes back. It's the oddest thing about some of these trigger effects. And I understand about, folks talk about the MK Ultra folks and things like that. And it's like, they put memories in your brain and the damnedest thing will trigger it. You'd think, oh, they got to call up with a secret password. Well, that's possible, but you could get triggered by that secret password possibly in a video or in a song or in something just so obscure that all of a sudden your brain goes, what, what? And you're off on a roll. You're off on another tangent. So, but anyway, I send my love to you all. I thank you very much, all of you here in the chat. And my glasses are smeared. I cried on them earlier. And anyway, so, but I'm going to cut this short because I want to go get coffee, take an old man's pee, and then I want to try to start a video here in the next 10 or 15 minutes. And I want to go into the subject they asked me to speak about today. It has to do, consequently, this next video I'm going to do is going to be on focus. How we focus on what we need, how we focus on what we should need, how we focus. That's the next video. So thank you from my soul heart to and my heart soul to all of you. I send you love, respect, honor, and blessings to every one of you. So I'm out of here. Time for a break before I start the next one in 3, 2,